And we are live. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. How are you guys doing? All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Everything is the green. Oh, not this, of course. Average green bit rate. Not just a bit rate. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Woo. Why is this getting? Oh, the service. Order. Output. Why is this getting from? Supposed to be doing it. Supposed to be doing it here. And this is supposed to be. Okay. I mean, still, I think it's still pretty good on there. I found the settings that I needed to fix what I needed to do, but we're okay now. We are, in fact, okay. How are you doing, Sister Chocoholic? How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Still trying to figure this whole streaming thing. I think I'm getting better at it. I think I found the settings that I needed to find, and yeah, just a matter of just getting better at this. Okay, okie dokie. I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be good. Let's see if anybody would join us today. And I started a little earlier. Daylight saving time, everything here got rolled back an hour. I'll be opening up the masjid for Fajr prayer. So I gotta wake up even earlier to ensure the masjid is open for Fajr prayer, and I'm gonna trying to open it for also for um, Maghrib and Isha. So I know usually people work in between, uh, the other two prayers. So, but especially for Fajr and Isha, very important prayer. So I want to make sure that masjid is open, so there'll be no excuses. So that's my that's what I'm doing it for. That's what I'm doing it for. Let me see if I can stop this and then start it again. Okay, but I will still read the Quran. Oh yeah, the notifications. Man, I had to turn them off for a minute while I play it around, and I know that probably didn't alert anybody of what's really going on. That was, of course, my bad. Let me enable this again. Live streams and premieres. Save. So that was my bad. That was completely and utterly my bad. Edit. Oh, everything's back on again. But it will still go on. Must go on. If you wanna, I guess, do an at everyone. I guess in in the Discord, sister. If anyone wants to join us for this reading, I mean, if not, it's still fine. I don't know why it's saying the audio bitrate. It is one. It's actually higher. It's 160. Everything looks pretty good. I'll still tweak it and until I figure out what to do with all this. But all right, so we left off in Surah number 8, the spoils of war. Named after a phrase used in verse 1, the Surah of 75 verses was mostly revealed after the Battle of Badr in 624. Though its section 30-36 was revealed in Mecca, and the final four verses came after Badr, anticipating the subject of Surah 9. So, in the name of God, the All Merciful and Merciful, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. They ask you, Prophet, about the spoils of war. Say, the spoils are for God and the messenger to decide. So be mindful of God and make things right among yourselves. Obey God and his messenger if you are true believers. True believers are those whose hearts tremble in awe at the mention of God, and whose faith grows when his verses are recited to them, and who trust in their Lord. Those who are steadfast in prayer and giving charity from what we have given them. These are the believers. They shall have a high station in the sight of their Lord. They shall have forgiveness and a gracious provision. For it was your Lord who made you leave your home for just cause, despite the displeasure of some believers, who disputed with you about the truth, even after it had been made clear as if they were being driven towards a death they could actually see. When God promised you victory over one of the two hostile groups, you fancied the unarmed group, but God wanted to prove the truth of his word, and he cut off the unbelievers at their source, that he might prove the truth to be true and falsehood to be false, though the sinners disapproved. When you implored your Lord for help, he responded, I will reinforce you with 1,000 angels, a thousand with 1,000 angels, row upon row. God made this but a message of hope, to assure your hearts, and there is no help except from God. God is almighty, all wise. Remember when he shrouded you in slumber to make you feel safe and sent you rain from the sky to cleanse you and to purge you of the stain of Satan and to strengthen your hearts and make firm your feet. Remember when your Lord inspired the angel, I am with you, so strengthen those who believe. I shall cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. So strike above their necks and strike at their fingertips. For they oppose God and his messenger. Those who do oppose them shall know that God is severe in retribution. That is your punishment, so toast it and know that. The disbelievers shall face the punishment of fire. You who believe, when you face the foe advancing in battle, do not turn your backs to them. If any thus turn their back to them on that day, except as a battle tactic, or to link up with their own forces, they shall incur the wrath of God, and their home shall be held a wretched end. It was not you who killed them, but God. It was not you who threw sand at them, but God, that he might himself test the believers through a fine trial. God is all hearing, all knowing. So it is God. So it is. God will undermine the unbelievers' designs. Disbelievers, if you were seeking a judgment, it has come now. If you stop now, it is better for you. But if you return, you shall return your forces. You shall return. Your foes shall never help you, however great in number, for God is with the believers. You who believe, obey God and his messenger, and do not turn away from him when you hear him speak. And don't be like those who say, we hear, but do not hear. The worst of creatures in the eyes of God are the deaf and the dumb, those who do not reason. If God had seen any good in them, he would have made them listen. Yet even if he had, they would still turn away, utterly averse. You who believe, answer God and his messenger when they invite you to what will give you life, and know that God will come between a person and their heart, and that you will be gathered to him. And be aware of any strife that might harm not just the wrongdoers among you. Know that God is severe in retribution. Remember when you were few, seen throughout the land as weak, fearing that people might seize you? He sheltered you, strengthened you with his help, and provided you with good things that you might be grateful. You who believe, do not betray the trust of God and the messenger, and do not knowingly betray what is entrusted to you. And you should know that your possession and your children are merely a trial, and that there is great reward with God. You who believe, fear God, he will give you a criterion of right and wrong, absolve you of your bad deeds, and forgive you. For God harbors abundance grace. Remember, prophet, how the unbelievers schemed against you to keep you captive, or kill you, or drive you out. While they were scheming, God was scheming, and God is the best of schemers. When our verses were recited to them, they exclaimed, we've heard this before. If we wished, we too could speak like this. They are merely tales of the ancients. And they said, God, if this really is the truth from you, rain down upon us a shower of stones from the sky, or bring us more painful torment. But God will not punish them with you among them, prophet, nor will he punish them if they sought forgiveness. And how could they claim that God should not punish them when they bar people from the sacred mosque, though they are not its guardians? Its only rightful guardians are those who are mindful of God, though most disbelievers don't discern this. Their prayer at God's house are nothing but whistling and clapping. Taste them the punishment for you disbelieving. The unbelievers spend their wealth to bar people from the path of God and will keep doing so. In the end, however, they will regret this. They will be vanquished, and the unbelievers shall be gathered into hell. God will divide the wicked from the good, and he will heap the wicked on top of one another, piling them all together in hell. They will be the ones who lose. Prophet, tell the unbelievers if they desire their past deeds will be forgiven. But if they persist, remember what happened to their ancestors, and fight them until there is no more oppression and all religions is for God. But if they cease, God sees all they do. But if they turn away, know that God is your protector, the best helper. Know that of the spoils you take, one fifth is for God, the messenger, relatives, orphans, the needy, and travelers. If you believe in God and what was revealed to our servant on the day when the right and wrong were distinguished, the day the two forces met, God has power over all things. Remember when you were on the near side of the valley, and they on the far side, with the caravan below you. Even if you had agreed to meet in battle, you would have failed to come. But the battle did happen, so that God might bring to pass a matter already decreed, so that those who perish might perish, and those who lived might live. After clear proof had been given, God is all hearing, all knowing. Remember your dream, prophet, and God showed them to you as few. If he had shown them as many, you would have lost heart, arguing among yourselves over the issue. But God preserve you. He knows what hearts enclose. And when your forces met, he made them seem few in your eyes, and made you seem few in their eyes, so that God might bring to pass a matter already decreed. All matters come back to God. You who believe, when you meet a hostile force, stand firm and keep remembering God, that you might succeed. Obey God and his messenger, and do not quarrel with one another, or you may become disheartened and dispirited. And the patient God is with those who show patience. And don't be like those who left their homes boastfully to be seen of people and to bar from the path of God. For God encompasses in his knowing all they do. And remember when Satan made their deeds seem fair to them and said, "No force of man can vanquish you this day, for I am right beside you." But when the two forces came within sight of each other, he turned on his heel, saying, "I disowned you, for I see what you do now, and I fear God, for God is severe in retribution." The hypocrites and those with sick hearts say about believers, "Their religion has deluded them." But those who trust in God should know that God is almighty, all wise. If you could see when the angels take the souls of the unbelievers, striking their faces and their backs, saying, "Taste the torment of the blazing fire. This is for the deeds that your own hands have wrought." For God never wrongs his servants. Likewise with Pharaoh's people and those before them, they denied the signs of God. So God seized them for their sins. God is strong, severe in retribution. For God does not alter the grace he grants to people until they change what is within themselves. God is all hearing, all knowing. Likewise with Pharaoh's people and those before them, they denied the signs of their Lord. So we destroyed them for their sins. And we drowned Pharaoh's people, for they were all wrongdoers. The worst of creatures in the eyes of God are those who deny the truth and will not believe. Those with whom you make a covenant, prophet, then break it every time. Those who don't fear God. You find them on the battlefield, scatter them, so that those behind them will take heed. And if you fear the treachery from any group, openly dissolve your treaty with them, for God dislikes the treacherous. Let the unbelievers not imagine that they have won. They shall not escape. Prepare against them whatever force you can, with steeds of war, to strike fear into God's enemies and yours, and others unknown to you, but known to God. Whatever you spend in God's cause, you shall get back in full. You shall not be wronged. But if the enemy inclines towards peace, you should also incline to it, and put your trust in God. He is all hearing, all knowing. If they intend to deceive you, know that God suffices for you. It is He who strengthens you with His help and with the believers. And He has brought unity between their hearts. That you spend all that is on the earth, you could not have brought such unity. But God has brought it between them. He is almighty, all wise. Prophet, God suffices for you and for the believers who follow you. Prophet, rouse the believers to fight. If there are 20 of you who are steadfast, they will vanquish 200. And if there are 100, they will vanquish 1,000 of the unbelievers. For there are people void of understanding. God has now lightened your burden, for He knows the weakness in you. If there are 100 of you who are steadfast, they will vanquish 200. And if 1,000, they will vanquish 2,000. By God's leave, for God is with the steadfast. It is not fitting for the prophet to take prisoners of war before prevailing on the battlefield. You desire the goods of this life, but God desires for you the hereafter. And God is almighty, all wise. Had the decree not been preordained by God, you would be punished greatly for what you have taken. Enjoy then what you have taken in a good and lawful manner. But be mindful of God. God is forgiving, ever merciful. Prophet, say to the captives in your hands, if God knows of any good in your heart, He will give you something better than what was taken from you, and He will forgive you. God is forgiving, ever merciful. But if they seek to betray you, they have betrayed God before. So He has made you prevail over them. God is all knowing, all wise. Those who believed emigrated and strove with their wealth and their lives in the cause of God. And those who gave shelter and help are allies of one another. And for those who believe but did not migrate, you are not obliged to protect them until they migrate. But if they seek your help on religious grounds, it's your duty to give them help, except against any people with whom you have a treaty. God sees all that you do. The unbelievers are mutual allies. Unless you do likewise, there will be oppression in the land and much corruption. Those who believe and emigrate, striving in the cause of God, and those who give shelter and help, those are the true believers. They shall find forgiveness and gracious provision. Those who believed afterwards and emigrated and strove with you in the cause of God, they are for you. But in the book of God, relatives have prior claim over one another. God knows all things. That was Surah number 8. A little short one. Yeah, just me and you, sister. Just me and you. That's all right. I still wanted to make sure that I read the Quran. See if anybody's in the server. What's going on with people? Let's see what the Discord is. Let's see if we can get some people in here, at least for a little while. Talk and chillax, maybe. I don't know how to use this thing. Let's see. That was my mess up. It was my fault. All right. I'll send notifications. Oh, walaikum salam. How are you? How are you, brother? Said 3210. Alaikum salam. Oh man. Yeah, we just finished reading the Quran, Surah number 8, Spoils of War. That was a good one. Just shedding a little bit before I go to bed a little early, since I'm gonna open up the masjid for Fajr prayer. So Fajr prayer now is at 5:30 in the morning. So be there at 5 to make sure the doors are open. People some time, or 5:15, something like that. So yeah, I got the keys to the masjid. Right. I'm also gonna make sure. I'm gonna try to make sure at least Maghrib and Isha, at least during the week. Most people work during the week, so make sure that's on there. Let's see if we're. Is there anything in the tubes that we could see? Hold on. Let's see if I can find something good. try and do the, let me see. So studio mode. Where I can take this. Nope. There we go. Something a little bit different here. Let's see if we find a good video to watch. Not too long. Might do it. I'm gonna do a blogging theology video tomorrow as well, because now that most of the things that I had to do are done. So oh, it's getting later. Here it becomes earlier. Oh boy. So it's all right. I have to go back and look to see what. Oh, that was weird. Okay, so here's a little smile to Jenna. I like him. He's let me, yeah, let's do one video. After this video is done, we'll call it a day. No, sir.
How do you square that circle?
I'm prepared. It's not even funny.
How do you square that?
Let's watch this video. There we go. Let's transition. And so there's no feedback. I'm going to put my headphones. Let's go. Smile to Jenna.
That circle. On the one hand, Jesus is God, but on the other hand, Jesus says he doesn't know. So, what's your understanding?
Go for it.
Yeah, you can have a conversation later.
Oh, she's deferred the question.
I hate this kid. This kid, he's trying. All he does is use like ridiculously big words because that's the only thing I guess he has. And he did try doing that in with Hamsters then, and it backfired on him so badly that he had to go. Like it was just, it's just all word salad, just complete word salad. It's yeah.
Over to me, so I would answer.
How important do you think logic is for us to understand, get
Put that in Mexico.
closer to God, or even in our journey to God.
Importance. Yeah.
Because I'm glad you said that, because without logic, we can't conceptualize what's around us. We can't understand ourselves, let alone the transcendent, isn't it? So something that's very fundamental in logic is called something called the law of non-contradiction. It's just a fancy word of saying you can't have A and not A. You can't have Leah and not Leah at the same time, sort of thing. So makes sense, isn't it? Can't have two contradictions. I can't say I can't say to you, you're speaking to me and not speaking to me. Or I'm here but I'm in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So if on the one hand you believe God is all knowing, right? And Jesus, there's obviously several passages in the Bible where they ask Jesus, when is the hour? He says, no one knows the hour but the Father. So then, how do you square that circle? On the one hand, Jesus is God, but on the other hand, Jesus says he doesn't know. So what's your understanding?
Go for it.
Yeah,
You can have a conversation later.
no, she's deferred the question over to me, so I would answer. So the Greek word.
Is our conversation finished? Because
You might be able to better.
no, he comes to the speaker's corner regularly.
Don't touch me.
He comes. Yeah, you can see from his attitude, his demeanor. He's here every week, and it's just argumentations. It's more trolling. That's what
I'm
it
not
is.
trolling, I want to answer. So the Greek word.
So
is
it's up to
oidem.
you. We can have a conversation later, or
Ladies and gentlemen,
there you
the
go.
Greek word is oidem. The semantic usage of that word in the holistic reading of the Bible, for example, 1 Corinthians chapter 2.
Because the
verse 2,
speaker's corner. If
is
it was
to
somewhere
make
else, then
known.
probably avoid all of
Smarter
this
Jenna, I'll do
grandstanding.
that to this poor lady. Let me answer your question. Let's engage with a dialogue. I'll talk about Jesus.
you-
You'll talk about your Allah. Agreed?
So it's up to you. What do you consent with regards to
I will
this?
happily defend Jesus Christ if he happily defends Allah.
If you want to answer that one question for me,
Yeah, sure.
go for it.
So,
Then I'll talk about
in the passage,
And then after this, we come back to you. Yeah.
yeah, and then after that we talk about your Allah.
So do you give him consent to then take over and hijack the conversation?
Yeah, about your Allah.
I'm happy to engage in conversation with you.
Yeah, that's fine. If you don't know, sister, you can just take me in. So, the Greek word in that passage is oidem. The semantic usage of that word holistically is to make known. For example, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 2.
That's not why I asked her.
Yeah, you did.
Can you answer why I asked
So
her?
you said, how do we explain Jesus not knowing the hour if we predicate Jesus as God? God as being all-knowing should know the hour.
Answer that question then.
Beautiful. So the holistic
And the holistic. It's always word salad.
reading of the Bible knows that the semantic usage of that word oidem is to make known. Jesus is not to make known the hour, it's not in his office by St. Augustine. So there is a difference in authority as it pertains
Authority?
to saying the hour.
So he does know the hour, or he doesn't know the hour?
He does know the hour.
He does know the hour.
He does know the hour.
So when he's saying no one knows the hour but the Father, he was lying.
No, rather, if we appeal to the Greek just as much as you would appeal to the Arabic in your Quran, we find that the semantic usage of that word is to make known.
So his response to that is when Jesus said, no one knows the hour but the Father,
Greek
he
is
did
not
know.
semantic.
No, rather, if you weren't.
So you didn't know?
Rather, if you didn't strawman my position, my justification was in the Greek.
Okay, then reassert your position
So
then.
my position is the Greek word Edom.
Just repeating the same thing again.
Of the word,
Did he know or he didn't know?
he did. It was
He did know.
The Greek
So when
was-
he's saying
yeah.
no one knows but
No,
the Father,
rather, he is saying it is to make known. So he possesses knowledge of the hour, but he is not to make known the hour.
so if somebody reads that, what impression are they getting from
So,
that?
although the impression is in fact he does not know the hour, if you read the Greek, hold on, like if you were to tell me there's an issue in your Quran and you would appeal to the Arabic, if we appeal to the Greek, we find
The
that it
language
is to make
that is not
known,
of Jesus.
not in fact he does not know, therefore allowing for the possibility that Jesus Christ is God.
So you've referred back to the Greek. So you're saying that the English of the Bible is saying the opposite of what the Greek is
so
saying.
I would hold to the position that
Just the same point. Is the Greek saying the opposite of what the English is saying? Because in the English he's saying no one knows. Greek, you're saying well, technically I do know, but what was the translation
known.
you gave? Yeah, it's to make known. If you're able to give that translation, why is it not in the English? A lot of people are going to assume he doesn't know.
There's a difference between using the tetragrammaton and the semantic usage of the word. For example, we understand the hermeneutics.
That's not what I've asked, by the way. I'm saying, is there a complete disparity and a contradiction?
I'm telling you how you actually study manuscripts, okay? So
I'm not asking how to study manuscripts.
You are.
I'm saying, is there a disparity?
Do you know why
Is
I'm
there a
asking that?
disparity between the English translation and the Greek? That's all I've asked
Bro,
you.
we're going to a whole different.
No, bro.
With all respect, speakers going on. No, we speak to individuals.
With all
Respect to this little woman.
respect,
Let's just engage with her.
But because I told Leah, I wanted to show you why. Yeah.
When
We
I
had a
answer this
discussion
question,
with this
he will
gentleman.
immediately
He
go
doesn't go
back
anywhere.
to
He
you,
doesn't-
pose a question that you can't answer, but I can, and he will refuse to engage with me. So can we talk about
How did
Christ?
that make
Hold
sense
on.
to you?
Smile
His
to
response
Jenna.
then?
Smile to Jenna. Let's have a discussion.
How
about
did
Christ.
his response make sense?
He knows more than I do. I feel
Okay,
like.
so we'll discuss about
There's
Christ,
people that
and
know
let's
more than
talk
me. There's
about
people
your
that know more than him or you.
Allah.
But Leah, the thing is that
Are we saying not to
when
come to learn
Leah,
Christian
when you
Islam?
speak to me, I'll listen to you. When I speak to you, hopefully you listen to me. But imagine if in the middle of our conversation I start going to the crowd, aha, this is what they're saying. This is how it is. This Smile to Jannah. I know your YouTube channel. Wow.
Yeah. You said young
It's,
Bob. We both
it's
know each
this
other.
isn't
That's
a
nice.
this
Can we
isn't a
shake
one-to-one
hands?
conversation.
Now, I want to ask
This
a question
is
about your
a
Allah,
this is a
because I
1
posed
to
the answer
20
against Jesus
conversation.
Christ.
That's all it is. That's the difference.
So can you not handle the answer?
It's not
Just
about
engage
who
with
has
someone.
more knowledge. It's about the fact that this individual's here
Yeah, I think it's
every
like
other
16.
week,
Do you want to have a
having
Chelsea is
arguments, having debates.
Okay, very
But with you, I
simple.
just wanted a
I want
conversation.
to talk about Christ.
Do you want to
then he
continue
can
maybe to the
defend
side or
Allah.
something?
Smile
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
Jannah is scared of
just go.
learned Christians.
Don't follow us.
Very simple. I
just
am
come
a
down.
dog for Christ, sir.
Do you see?
Smile to Jannah. I want to have a
Because
discussion.
we're here, and
Smile
because
to Jannah.
and
I
because
want to have a discussion.
is that?
Yeah, we're going to have a discussion.
I like how it's like, oh, well,
Look,
we are going to.
I don't want to have a conversation with
I
you.
don't want you to convert Christians.
So you think?
Don't worry. But to allow the
Do
possibility
you
of that happening.
do you consent to having him speaking on your behalf? Because
can speak on my
you,
behalf.
You wanted him to answer that question. He's done so, and then you said, you see, then you said you wanted to have a conversation.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing the intellectual dishonesty of the Dawah team, where he will not engage with learned Christians.
That's why
I am
even the
proposing the
cameras is-
following: discuss about
A learned
Christ,
Christian.
then discuss about your Allah.
I learned a Christian that got so destroyed in Hamza by his own words. Oh man, yeah. Well, this is the new tactic of the Christians now. They do that. That's how they do now. They're just like, I mean, when your entire religion is completely crumbling beneath your feet, I think their view is like, oh, if we can then have nobody believe in anything, then it's almost the same thing.
Defend your faith after I defend mine. So engage with me. You asked a question, I'm answering
You're
it.
too desperate.
I'm not desperate.
It's cringe. Actually.
I'm desperate for Christ.
It's cringe.
I'm desperate for Christ.
That's why I don't do debates.
It's
I don't wanna
cringe.
do
I'm
debates.
desperate for Christ.
I don't want to be
I'd
around.
rather speak to sincere people, not
are you-
insincere, rude people
You're
like yourself.
insincere.
She clearly doesn't want to speak with. She doesn't want to pass
Yeah,
the
no
buck
one
on to
wants to have
you.
a shouting man right next to him. Imagine you don't want a religious nut job right
Yeah,
next to you.
then walk away. Then
Well, no, because I would see.
you
that
just
you
admitted
have-
you just admitted you're a shouting man.
Hold on. No respect for a man who does not engage with learned Christians.
If you don't have
You
respect for
opposed
me,
a
walk
debate
away
against
then. Speak
David
to somebody.
and a debate against me. You are supposedly a learned
You're
Christian.
too cringe.
Okay,
You're
so
too
I'm
cringe
too
for me.
cringe. Do I have substance?
No,
Did I give you an answer to
you're
your
not.
question?
No,
Okay, what was my answer?
it was a contradictory answer which didn't even deal
What
with
is
my
a
point.
contradiction?
You don't know what a contradiction
It's a
is.
P and not
So
T.
if I'm coming here and teaching you what a contradiction is,
Yeah.
on the other hand, you're saying, oh, you're going to convert her.
Simply,
Are you scared I'm going to convert her?
simply put.
Did you say you're scared I'm going to convert her?
No, and this is that. This is Christian.
Why isn't he answering my question?
It's not the answer I gave him. I gave him the Greek.
So,
Smile to Jenna. Do you want to straw man my position or do you want to continue answering?
You had your chance and your answer was very poor.
Okay, what was my answer?
You don't know what your answer
no,
was.
he's nothing.
What is my
Watch
answer?
it back. You've got cameras here, you got a mic here.
I'm
Go
very
home,
scared.
study it, watch it back. If you're scared, scared, then you shouldn't be speaking
I'm
to
not
me.
scared.
The police is over
I'm
there.
not
You can go
scared.
tell them how scared you
I'm
are.
not scared.
You just said you're scared.
I'm not scared. When did I say I was scared?
Didn't you just say you're scared
I'm
now?
gonna smile to the Christian heaven. Now let's.
Okay.
Let's
Well, then
now
off you
discuss-
pop, then, isn't it?
Off you.
Off
to
you
Jannah.
pop. What do you mean?
Go
Off?
on.
I didn't say I'm
Well,
smiling
you're-
all the way to
wait,
Jannah right now.
What's your name?
Doesn't matter what my name
Smile to
is.
Jannah. Now let's go back to the discussion. The Greek word is oidem. It's to
Okay,
make known.
I don't think you want to speak with
So that
all of this
means
drama,
it's
yeah?
not a disqualifier for
Okay.
Jesus Christ's divinity.
Where do
Now,
we
I
go
want to talk
without this
about your
cringe
Allah
Christian
made
following me
of
about?
Smile to Jannah. I want
Is
to
that-
talk about your Allah.
I know
Nobody
he's a
wants
kid. But where do we go? Because I want to have a fruitful conversation with
It's being a
Leah.
child of concern
Is that-
to you, because then we can talk about your Sharia afterwards. So smile to Jannah. I'm not irrelevant. The truth.
All
is
right, Leah,
irrelevant
should we
to
just come here
Muslims.
to the side? Is that okay?
Smile to Jannah.
having a chat with that.
I'm trying to have a chat with Leah, but yeah, sorry.
Continue, madam.
I wish to continue. Madam. I think I'm a madam as well. How are you doing, smile to Jannah? So
Look, just a bit to the side, please.
Nobody should interrupt.
I just want to take notes about his debating skills. Go on.
Can you just step a bit to the side, please, and let her come through?
No, hold on,
Yeah?
madam. So, smile to Jannah.
If you get uncomfortable,
Yeah, Sam now. Hey, listen, I'll talk to you over there. No, because the Christian woman's here, and Smile to Jannah's here.
he wants views. He wants views.
It really is. Everything's about views for them too. Like they want views, they want click, they want to be able to make clickbait. It's cringy. It's not even the word. It's like ugh. It's like why? I mean, your entire religion is in flames, closing down churches. There's the alphabet army has taken over all your churches. You have rainbow flags everywhere. I mean, what? Like nobody cares about Christianity. Like, just what are you doing? This right here is what makes people go, nope. Who wants to be a part of that? I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I don't want views, sir.
He wants his Christian friends to tell him how amazing he is because he's been here for time and he's got no result. That's the thing.
You failed to engage with any intellectual Christian.
So you're saying there's no intellectual Christians that have come to Speaker's Corner?
No, there's
that's a
none that
big
you
that's
would
a
be
big
afraid
insult.
to- No, there's
You
none.
admitted yourself. I spoke to Big Dave.
Yeah.
He's not intellectual.
Did you engage with him?
Yeah, so I didn't speak to him. There's no
Why
video
did you
up
not
of
engage
us.
with him?
So there's no video of us. So he's not
There
intellectual.
is a video.
Hey, who Smile to Ninja hasn't talked to? All the big people, big Christians in the UK, like Bob the Builder and all of them. He's talked to like all of them. And look at her body. Look, this says it all right here. That her body language. Look at her. This is why nobody wants to go. Like she's like, yeah, I am never going to church again. Yep. Like that one, we just like pointing to that. So okay, that's who you want to be a part with. Go right ahead. I mean, yeah, and you can tell she's very kind and soft lady. Like she probably just like, dude, I want her to go away because Smile to Ninja is it's a person that you're around him and you love. You're like, oh hey, you have a little time. I said, okay, we'll just have a little, like him and like Muslim Lantern, But then you have those bozos that come in. It's like, oh, clickbait. How I schooled Smile to Jannah. He read it. That's the only thing that he wants. Because he wants popularity. He says he's the next Bob the Builder. He comes in and says, ladies and gentlemen. Like he does this whole thing. And it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, couldn't you wait your turn? Say, hey, how about, hey, can we do 20 minutes after you're done speaking to her? How about that? I bet you he would be like, okay, 20 minutes. You're like, hey, can I do 20 minutes? Would you have some time afterward before you leave? He would be like, all right, let's see what you have.
So he's saying everyone who I've discussed, any Christian I've discussed,
I want to talk about
any
Christ.
Christian I've discussed
He
is
posed an
non-intellectual.
argument to the
Bro, come on, man.
Christians.
Let me have a conversation, man. Just sticking stuff on me.
Then I will attack Allah, because I know for a
having
fact
any
his
conversation
composite God
I'm having
is
with a
not
Christian,
metaphysically necessary.
every Christian that I've ever had a discussion, he's saying is non-intellectual.
It's the semantic
I
usage.
gave him
When you go to the
3
grave, you'll
minutes
see.
to explain his stance. His stance was in the Bible where Jesus says, no one knows the hour but the Father. He's telling me if you look at the Greek, actually Jesus did know the hour.
It's to make known.
The question that I then have is, for the millions in attendance reading Bibles, and when they come across that verse and it says Jesus didn't know the hour, our friend, our intellectual interlocutor over here is saying, no, Jesus did know the hour.
Right.
Oh, so do we take the English translation of the Bible, or do we take this
Ladies and
individual
gentlemen,
over
I will
here,
answer
this
his
troll
question.
over here?
Scroll
Do we take
I will answer
do we
his
take what he
question.
says?
Just as much as Muslims would say that
What they
fullness
do
of
is
the
they
Quran
claim, I'll
is
tell
in the
you.
original Arabic.
Ask him who
I
God is.
affirm that
Ask
the
him who
original
God is.
New Testament.
Jesus' language was not Greek. And they say a million times that they don't have to read the original script. They don't have to. They don't have to learn. They don't learn Hebrew. They don't learn Greek, right? Because it's all whatever it says on their translations. But now they're saying, oh, you need to learn the Greek translation. So which one is it? Why aren't you guys been doing this forever? You know? And last time I checked, reading even the English translation on it, you don't have one saying one thing and then the other one has completely opposite at all.
They say
would
God
be
is the
found
Father,
in its fullness
the
in
Son,
the Greek.
the Holy
It is
Spirit.
intellectually
Jesus, when he came,
Jesus didn't even speak
Jesus
Greek.
was a man.
Yes, he did.
Jesus went to the toilet. Jesus forgot. Jesus was weak. Jesus got angry. He cursed the fig tree. The fig tree died. Yeah, he didn't know. So he's gonna tell us now. Actually, in the Greek text, Jesus did know. Okay. So Jesus was God as well. Okay, so we concede Jesus was God as well. So when Jesus died on the cross, did God die?
Yes.
Never.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
God died.
He said God died on the cross. God is somebody that can be killed.
Yes.
God is somebody that can be hung to dry.
Really? God can be killed. That's a heresy. Can't say that in the church. Like God didn't die. So you say no. You're supposed to say, well, his human aspect or something got crucified. So God never died. It's more like his avatar. I don't know, man. It's just confusing.
Yes.
God, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Is this the God that you're preaching to the people?
Yes.
Is this the God that's going to rescue you when you're in trouble? A God that can die. A God that's cursing fig trees. A God that says he doesn't know the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the intellectual argument that he's bringing forward. And that doesn't make sense at all. This is not worth it. When you're telling us go to the Greek, or the Greek says this, but the Bible says this.
Now would you give the opportunity?
So the courtesy,
No one talks.
so the courtesy
He's here every week. I'm not addressing him. I'm addressing the people over here.
brought up God needing to go to the toilet.
There are people that want to have a conversation with him, but yet he doesn't want to have a conversation with them. He wants subscribers. He wants views.
In the one person of
And
Christ.
I'm not going to entertain
Natures
him
are
with that,
defined as
ladies and
what
gentlemen.
says.
Hyperstatic union. That sounds something out of a Voltron movie. Again, you literally have to use words that nobody knows. Like, oh, the hyperstatic union. Yeah, that sounds like what? Tell me how that makes any sense. Hyperstatic union. Yeah, that rolls off your tongue.
Go there, man.
I'm not going to learn from somebody that's going to come and start shouting in my face, forcing in a cringe way. No. You don't just bring anybody here. Why doesn't he debate him? Why doesn't he debate him? Why doesn't he debate him that wants to debate him? Why doesn't he want to debate somebody that wants to debate? Why doesn't he want to debate somebody that wants to debate with him?
Truth.
So you have to debate me. Yeah? I'm the only one that's here to debate. Other people want to debate him.
Oh,
But he's here as well.
that guy too. Oh gosh, terrible. Those are people why I never hang out. When I was a Christian, I never hang around Christians. I was never around Christians. I didn't want anything to do because people like him, like the other. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. I'm like just the nastiness around them. arrogance. No, I didn't do it. I hung around with people that were heathens when I was because I couldn't stand being around Christians.
He's here as well.
You got the hat, right?
Well, 16, he shouldn't be on camera. You should be filming him.
You got the hat.
If he's 16-year-old, if he's 16, he shouldn't be filming him. He's underage. Don't film him. He's underage. No, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, his cameraman has said he's underage. So we shouldn't be engaging with underage people. That's what you said.
Which means
He's underage. He's underage. He doesn't. His guardian doesn't consent that we speak to him. His daddy does not consent that we speak to him. Your dad hasn't consented that we speak to you. Apparently, you're underage. So
Yes.
so that's it.
Actually,
You're
he's my
underage.
dad. You consent for me to be filmed? Yes. He's my dad.
Listen,
Your dad. What does he look like?
These two should
He's a beautiful man.
adult enough to discuss.
But he's not. He's underage.
Okay, what is it?
Why are you giving him consent?
Jim Harris.
He's
got it.
asking you for consent.
How old are you,
Who
sir?
are you to give him consent?
How old are you?
So, I am old enough to engage in a
Thank
marriage
you,
contract.
that's it.
He's old enough.
I'll take
Did
his
he
word.
answer your
That's it.
question?
Wait, how
Did he
old are
answer
you?
your question?
Old enough.
You are.
to Jenna.
How is so? You ask a child how old you are. I'm old enough.
To engage in a marriage
He's old. How old are you?
Which
How old are you?
I should be able
How old are you?
engage in a discussion.
How old are you? You're his brother. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
So smile to
How old are
Jenna.
you?
I will say
How
it
old
again.
are you, boy?
Your God is made of parts. Your God cannot.
It's evidence that they know what they come here for.
I'm not here to debate children. I'm not here to debate children. I'm here to debate men. You come here, I'll debate you. You come here then. You come here then. You come here then.
You are here to
You come here
debate
then.
Jahil.
You come.
You are here.
If you're old, I'll debate you.
You are
debate
here
children.
to engage with Jahil. Come on.
You said he's 16, bro. So we can't have 16 on the camera.
When you don't have, very simply, he does not have to film it. So, smile to Jenna.
What's going on?
Very simply, he posed an argument against Jesus Christ. I refuted it.
He's brought his
He
whole
wants
family
to
here,
talk
yeah?
about Allah and how his Allah is made of parts. Now smile to Jenna. You
can
are
have
a
10 people,
scared
it's not going to make any
boy.
difference.
What is Jesus?
Jesus Christ is the eternally begotten Son of
Says
the
who?
Father.
Says who?
The Bible.
There you go. Debate with him.
No.
16-year-old.
Smart to Jenna. We're going to talk to
16, bro. He's
you.
underage.
How old do I have to be?
No.
Does it matter?
Today I'm
It does matter. Not debating the 16-year-old. Not debating the 16-year-old.
He's running. The Dawa gang is still running from a 16.
I'm running away from a child. Yes.
Wait.
So, smile to Jenna. Do you want to talk about your Lego set of God?
I don't want to speak to a 16-year-old child.
Okay, then you should condemn Aisha
Bro,
for
give me
engaging in
space. Give me
marriage
space. Don't get in
It's
my
your prophet.
don't get in my personal space. Don't get in my personal space.
So beautiful. So condemn
So you
Aisha
can
if
get
you want
past.
to engage.
Are you waiting for us?
Wait. So I want you to condemn Aisha if you want to engage with me. I want you to condemn. I want you to
Stay out of my
condemn.
face.
I want you to condemn
Stay out of my face.
Aisha
My
if you
personal
want to
space.
engage with me.
Stay out of my
Very
personal space.
simply,
Stay
I
out of my
want you to
personal
condemn
space.
Aisha if he wants to
Stay out of
engage
my
with a
personal space.
16-year-old.
Okay, that's fair.
So condemn Aisha.
I'm not here to speak
I
to
will
children.
disengage with the discussion.
I'm not here to speak to children.
Okay. So true dichotomy. Either condemn
It's already
Aisha,
finished.
I know.
It got finished from the get-go.
or continue with the discussion.
Cringy, attention-seeking 16-year-old. Go get your attention from your dad and your mom at home. I'm not your dad. I'm not your mom. Go to your family, bro. Grow up. Grow up. Come to me when you're mature.
Okay.
Come to me when you're ready.
Right, so maturity.
Come to me when you're ready.
So
Come to me when you're ready. Come to me when you're old and you're ready.
According to your
I'm
Sharia,
not going to debate you until you're ready.
One of the preconditions.
Who's winning, the Muslims or the Christians?
Is he running away from you again?
You're an adult. I can speak to you. He's a 16-year-old. I don't want to speak to a 16-year-old. Yeah.
Under the Sharia,
Just not talk. Just not.
say I watch you a lot. Thank you very much for what you're doing. Really.
No,
You're doing very good work.
I'm trying, bro. Trying.
Really, you're amazing.
How are you? You okay?
Hey, why do you think he's
It's a waste of time.
It's just that whole.
Lecture type, you know?
And more clowns are coming.
That is the whole social media mindset. It's like he demands is like, bro, like nobody wants to talk to you. Go away. All for clicks. And all of it is just for attention, for clicks, for followers. You know, that's it. That's all they're doing it for. If they can make some money.
They want relevance.
Can I take a picture of my followers? Can't believe
They
it.
want relevance.
What do you want? How old are you?
I want to discuss.
How old are you?
I'm old enough to engage in a marriage contract.
How old are you?
I'm waiting a long time.
Yes, he's
Yeah, come on. We don't want my family there. They've listened to you all the time. My brother. My son, my girl.
Bro, can you move, please? You keep coming in my personal space. You keep coming in my personal space, bro.
Nicely.
I'm staying.
You're pushing me, bro.
Don't touch me.
Thank you.
I'm standing still.
Yeah, sorry. He wants to take a picture.
Come debate him. Come debate him. Don't be a coward. Listen. Soko, he want to debate you. Soko, he want to debate you.
Salam. You're right.
That is Christian apologetics. That is, I don't know what happened. This one, like, what happened? What happened? I don't know. Just, oh man. I can put the camera back, everything back to where it was. Well, that was a quick little stream for you guys. Real cool on it. You know, gotta wake up super early. Hope you guys enjoyed that craziness. It's only gonna get crazier because that's really all that, I don't know, that's all they want to do now. Everything's so cringe in Christianity. That's why I can't do it. I really can't. I don't want anything to do with it at all. Just try to stay in my little bubble. Do this. Talk to you guys. It's better for me. It's better for my mental health than be involved in that nonsense. To be completely honest. Oh boy. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have fun. My cortisol levels went up. Yeah, really did. Yeah. Hope you guys do well. Allah bless you guys. May Allah guide us. May Allah protect us. May Allah guide and protect our children, our families, our friends, the Ummah. May Allah make us stronger. May Allah guide our Christian brothers and sisters to the truth. So get away from all that nonsense. And may Allah protect our brothers across the world, Africa, Gaza, China. Alhamdulillah. Allah grant them peace, sincerity, strength, and justice. May they grant them Jannah. And may He reward us, and may He also accept our deeds and our prayers. Alhamdulillah. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for still showing up. Sister, always there for me. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah. And yeah, make sure you do your prayers, continue to pray, seek Allah's guidance and favor. And then may we all see each other in Jannah one day. Alhamdulillah. Well, until next time, Assalamu alaikum. Have a wonderful day.